All right, you guys, what is up? Okay, so if you are new here, I know that we have a couple of new names on here. Welcome to the fun. I'm so excited to have you here. So as far as announcements go, you guys, all assessments are completed and returned for the week. Okay. Super proud of a ton of you that kept these going in between challenges like clockwork. So awesome to see that happen. Way to go there. But for those of you that are new, we're going to go through what that means. A couple of things I did want to touch on as far as the assessments go. Be sure to have a set of pictures taken between July 3rd, which was this past Monday, and this coming Monday, the 10th at the very latest. But I would really recommend anytime between now and Sunday, because sometimes on that last entry day, which is that Monday the 10th, the app can be kind of slow because there's a lot of people trying to get going in there, and then you message me that you're upset because you can't get something done and I can't fix technology. So please, if you want to get going in the app, please do take care of pictures. Make sure that they are entered between, like I said, this past Monday the 3rd and this coming Sunday would be best, but Monday is your last chance on the 10th. That will get you going in the challenge. We're going to talk about what that means here in just a few minutes. For those of you that are returning, right, you're almost like a veteran at this point, or you've been through a challenge or two, or maybe 15. This is my 23rd. Welcome to the fun. That's crazy. 23 consecutive challenges. It's been insane how much I've learned and changed over the years. But if you are returning, you're an old pro now. Welcome. Congratulations. What I want you focusing on are protein check marks, calorie check marks, water check marks, movement check marks, right? Go back to those basic things that we need to do and start hitting your checks. Okay. Now, if you are new here, what I want you to focus on, because I don't want you to get overwhelmed. It can get overwhelming. And that's the last thing I want for you, because when we get overwhelmed, we go, it's too hard. And then we stop, and then you'll never talk to me again. And I don't want that to happen. I want to help you. So don't get overwhelmed. First things first, you're going to work on taking in more lean sources of protein. That is it, right? Don't worry about trying to hit a check mark right now. Don't worry about trying to hit a calorie check mark right now. We're going to work on that as we go. But right now, I really want you just working on tracking all of your foods, the good, bad, and the ugly, right? And I'll tell you why here in a few minutes, but work on tracking all of the foods that you take in so we kind of see where you're at, and then work on trying to take in more protein throughout your day. If you don't know what good protein sources are, please send me a message. I will send you my cheat sheets of foods. It makes it very, very easy. And then from there, work on just being intentional about moving. I'm not saying you have to go and join a CrossFit gym if you're new here. You guys go for a walk, right? Pick up a dumbbell and do a 10-minute workout at home. You don't have to do crazy things. Okay. And then take in more water. If you're starting with not drinking hardly any water a day, start with 1 bottle of water a day. I'm not telling you we have to go over the moon and change your whole life overnight, because that's just scary. So really just work on small things, and then we start to dial you in as we move forward. Okay. Another reminder, completing this challenge, right? So getting your pictures uploaded this week, and then uploading a set of pictures at the end of the challenge is the minimal requirements to complete a challenge. By completing this challenge, it will qualify you to earn an invite to that St. Louis retreat at headquarters in January. So if that is something that is on your bucket list, something you're wanting to do, somewhere you're wanting to visit, you want to hang out with our crew in the really cool spot, then complete this challenge and you'll have an invite to come down there with us, and it'll be so much fun. Another thing I wanted to touch on is the Invest in Yourself coaching. A lot of you are in that. I want to say we're at 65 to 70 people that are in that group. And it's a lot of fun. That chat is always hopping. So if you do get going in there, don't worry if you're overwhelmed by the chat. We all are. Just go in and check in on the chat as you can. Otherwise, mute the notifications. Use it when you need to. Respond to it when you need a little extra support, or if you have a lot of energy that day, hop in there and see what everybody's doing. But otherwise, you guys, we have a new topic every week that we talk about. We go over a different type of educational piece with a new applicable task to your life every week to help you keep on improving all facets of your life. A couple of upcoming tasks for next week. We're going to be talking about sprinting for gains. The week after that is antioxidant power. And then the week after that is going to be the problem with rewarding yourself with food. So lots of different types of education to help improve all those different facets of your life. So if you're interested in the Invest in Yourself coaching, you can literally get going in that anytime, and we will get you up and rocking and rolling. Another thing I want you guys to look at, if you haven't noticed, is Jenna, one of the coaches, has been posting daily journaling prompts in the Facebook group. So if you are trying to get to journaling, you're trying to get your thoughts out on paper, trying to wrap your head around something, sometimes having these journaling prompts is just really helpful to get your ideas flowing. They're kind of fun. They're like sometimes fitness and health related, sometimes they're just like lifestyle related, and it's just a good way to get yourself writing and get thoughts on paper. So definitely check those out. She's worked really hard on getting those posted in the group every single day. So love that. Last piece of announcements is going to be to please keep referring people to the group and the app, to YouTube, to podcasts, whatever you see fit. If I am providing education, knowledge, help in some way to you and you're enjoying it, please do share that with someone that you care about, something that you think it would benefit. I'm always happy to help more people. And now that I have Kinsey helping me with all the background information and making things look gorgeous and like keeping all of my mind straight, and I've got Jenna and Jamie all trained up there helping me with messages and assessments and helping coach you guys in the app. We are ready as Team NH to help you grow and help all of your friends as well. So if you have friends and family that you think are ready to work on the next stage, or if they've shown interest, invite them into the group at least. And that way they have the opportunity to get moving with us the same way that you are. So we are more than happy to do that. But if you have questions on that, please do ask. But aside from that, tonight's topic, I guess we'll call it, is what is the challenge? There's so many people that could go in the app, but they don't realize that there's a challenge associated with the app. So I wanted to go over what that actually means and what to kind of expect moving forward, as well as some tips and tricks that I have come up with along the way to make life a little bit easier on you, all of the good things. So the challenge within the app, okay, so the app is a lifestyle app. It runs 365 days a year. I am your coach in there 365 days a year. I am happy to help with anything that you need between challenges, during challenges, mental support. Your kids are crying in the middle of the night, shoot me a message. I might be up. I'm up at 4. So we may be chatting, it's okay. If you have a question about what type of food to order when you go out to eat, those kinds of questions, send them through. Whatever you need, we're there. So it's a lifestyle app. It's helping you learn how to live a healthier lifestyle. But within this app, 4 times a year, there are 8-week challenges in there. And those are put on through 1st Phorm, which is really fantastic. So what that is you take your first set of pictures, which we're going to go over some tips for those too. But you're going to take at least your first set of pictures or an updated set of pictures at the beginning of the challenge. And then at the end of the 8 weeks, you'll upload another set of pictures. Now, I suggest that we upload pictures every single week, but the minimum requirements is the first ones and the last ones. Okay. Now, as far as what to expect during the challenge, what you're going to be doing is we are going to be working on, tracking your food. We're going to be working on what foods are made of, how you feel when you eat certain foods, what type of goals you're going after. If you want to lose 100 pounds or you want to gain 10 pounds of muscle, or if you want to, work on gut health, or if you want to work on mentality or self-confidence, all those things can be worked on through this app and with us as your coaches. So that is what is really, really fantastic. During the challenge, I really don't typically push people for really extreme results. So you might see, these people that win these challenges and they go from like, average to shredded, right? Now, can we get you there? Yes, we can. Is that going to be lifestyle based? No, in reality, it's not. Okay. And so typically I don't push people to that point unless they want to be pushed to that point. And I agree with them that they're in a mentally like stable standpoint to be able to handle that kind of a push and then back out of it appropriately, because it's not a sustainable lifestyle. And I don't like to teach how to do that unless you are ready to come out of it appropriately, because I've been down that road and I don't want to take you down that road unless you're ready for it. So with all that being said, I really, really coach for long-term results, for slow and steady results, for sustainable results, so that when you lose the weight, when you gain the muscle, when you feel better, you actually sustain that instead of bouncing around like a big yo-yo. Nobody wants that anymore. The yo-yo diets, those were for our parents. We're not doing that anymore. Okay. So now, things that I suggest moving forward, if you are coming back after a long time being gone, or you are new here, I really suggest daily tracking, good, bad, ugly. So you learn how you feel when you eat different ways. Okay. So I don't care if you're drinking a bottle of wine, please track the bottle of wine and notice that I say bottle, because trust me, I used to drink the whole bottle. Like if it was open, why would we put the cork back in that sucker? We may as well finish the whole thing off, right? So if you're drinking the bottle of wine, track the bottle of wine. If you're eating your kid's goldfish, put the goldfish in there, right? Because what this is going to do is, one, it's going to teach you how fast all that stuff adds up. And two, it's going to teach you how you feel when you eat those ways and those types of foods and those types of drinks. It's also going to teach you just overall your gut health. It's going to teach you how you sleep better. It's going to teach you how you don't sleep better. It's going to teach you how it affects your mood. It's going to teach you how it affects your results, all of those things. So when you're honest about what you're tracking and how you're feeling, then it can help me honestly help you get to where you want to be if you're willing to make those changes that I suggest. So I'm not going to tell you that you have to stop drinking wine. I'm not going to tell you that you have to stop eating Oreos. What I will say is we have to work on probably not doing both the same day. And we're going to work on how much of each one we're having throughout the week, right? We're going to work on taking it in as a lifestyle. That's the beauty of this. Yes, your nutrition coach just told you you can have wine and Oreos still. It's going to be okay. Okay. If we're just not going to eat the entire family size and have a big old jumbo bottle of wine every night, because I promise you, you're probably not going to see a lot of progress doing that. Okay. But please track all of the things. Now, take weekly pictures. Okay. The reason for weekly pictures, will you see a massive amount of change to week? Probably not. But here's the thing that gets really, really cool is like a lot of people hate taking pictures, me included. I really don't enjoy it that much, even now. But when you take those pictures, okay, week to week to week to week, you may not look at them, but I do. And then all of a sudden, when you're having a really down week, you're like, oh, Nikki, this sucks. I'm done. I don't want to do it anymore. And I look back at your pictures from a month, 2 months, 3 months ago, and I compare it to today, and you haven't taken a look since day one, and I compare them side by side, and you go, holy shit. Right. And you just like drop the ball. You're like, I got to keep going because you see all of the changes. But if you don't take those pictures every single week and see those gradual things starting to unfold, you're not going to have anything to compare to. Right. The pictures are really, really important. Whether you like looking at them or not, take them for me so that I can continue to help you. Other things, weekly weigh-ins. Okay. If you want to weigh in daily, that's up to you if it doesn't mess with your head. But I don't want you to enter the weight into the app on a daily basis. Just a weekly basis is going to be fantastic for that. Okay. With that, also weekly measurements and then weekly assessment turn-ins. All of those things are going to be really, really, really important. Oh, Jody. Yes. Jody just said the photos are very important. If you didn't see that woman's flipping transformation over the last few months, you need to go check her out. It's amazing. Jody, you killed it. But as far as the weekly stuff goes, on the main dashboard of the app, you will see a weekly task box. It's the second box down. And every week between Sunday and Tuesday, it'll have 4 tasks for you to complete. I suggest that you do all 4 of those tasks at the same time. That way you're done. Okay. And that will update your pictures, your weight, your measurements, as well as doing your weekly assessment. That is what triggers us as coaches to go in and look at your stuff, give you suggestions, give you tweaks, give you all kinds of things like that. Okay. So those are going to be your main things to look at as far as what we're doing really every single week. Ask questions as often as you need to. The more that you ask, the more that you learn, the better that you do. You are not bugging us. Please ask the questions, shoot us the message. If you're confused on something, if you need a little extra support that day, shoot us the message. We want to help you through it. Stay honest with tracking and assessment questions, just like I was talking about staying honest with tracking. Like seriously, I'm going to be the last person that judges you on what you're putting in your food log, but I will make suggestions based off of it with how you're doing with your progress and how much you want your goals. But with that also being said, if you tell me you're following the plan and your food log looks great, but you're not making any progress, I'm going to bang my head against the wall. So please be honest with me about what you're taking in, and be honest with me about like hunger levels, energy levels, all the things in the assessment. And then I'll be able to help you a lot better, right? You're honest with me. I'm honest with you. We both get where we want to be a lot faster and a lot more efficiently. As far as progress pictures and weigh-ins and measurements and how to do those optimally. So same time and place each week, in the morning before food and water, but after the bathroom. Okay. Cannot stress this enough. So many of you take pictures at night. You are dedicated soldiers. I will not take progress pictures at night because I am very like satisfied after my last meal of the day. And the last thing I want to do is be like, let's take my shirt off and take a picture, right? Like, I'm not interested in that. Do it in the morning, you guys. Go to the bathroom, stand up. You might have hat hair, put a hat on. It's fine. Take the pictures in the morning, or you're going to feel your leanest in the morning, likely. Okay. Do it consistently. You haven't drank any water yet that day. You haven't eaten anything yet that day. It's going to be most consistent to do that on the same day and about the same time every single week. It's going to give you the most accurate data points to go off of as far as progress goes. Other things, pictures. You do not have to have your husband or your 5-year-old take your pictures for you. You can do this by yourself and they can be fantastic. Let me tell you, Rob, my husband, love that man to death, cannot take a photo to save his life. Either it's going to be zoomed in on my boobs or it's going to be of my nose, right? That's where we're at. Okay. So please, if you don't want your husband or your kids to take your pictures for you, it's really, really easy. All you have to do, like bathroom counter sink, right? It's about hip height. Open up your phone, open up the app. You go to the take your picture section. There's a little toggle camera on there with a little arrow. So it's going to the forward facing camera, lean that sucker up against something. I use a lotion bottle or like a candle, right? And there's a little timer on there. You hit the timer, you choose 10 seconds, you back up, you smile, and it takes the picture for you. You didn't need any help. It's amazing, right? It's great. Nobody's fingers are in the way. Your whole body's in there. There's not any random zooming. It's great. Okay. So do that each week. Focus on getting your entire body in the frame. If you open up that thing, it'll show you like head and toes with lines. Try and line them up the best that you can so you get your full body in there. That's going to be really, really helpful for you. So doing that each week is going to be great. If you can do it with similar lighting, similar clothes, similar posture in each one of the pictures, even better. So that would be my suggestion with that. And then the last piece that I did want to touch on is the weekly habit sheets that we have now. So instead of doing our monthly habit boards that we have been doing, I broke it down into weekly habit sheets instead. And that's going to do, there's going to be like 5 or 6 questions in the lower corner, and there's going to be all 7 days of the week. I'm a dumbass and I put Sunday in the top corner. Just do Monday through Saturday and swing back up to Sunday there at the end of the week each day or each time and fill that out. There's a number of lines that matches the number of questions. Answer the questions for each day to show you how consistent you're being with those types of habits. And then each week those questions are going to change. So we have new questions and a new weekly habit board every week. On Sundays, then you will upload either your printed out board with all of your handwritten stuff in, if that's what you prefer, or you can fill it out on your phone if that's what you prefer, if you want to like edit the picture and write on it. Or you can even, write in like a 1-sheet journal and take a picture of your journal page answering those questions each day. Whatever you want to do there. But take a picture of that. And then you're going to upload it with a screenshot of your week in review from the app every single Sunday in our, check yourself Sunday kind of post. It's going to be like a slap in the face of reality. Are you actually holding up your standards? Are you not? Are you showing up? Or do you think you're just showing up? It's going to just really, really hold you accountable, hold you honest to your word. So you'll see that. It'll help you stay more accountable, it'll help you stay more on task, and it'll help us help you that much more. But that's what that is. And you'll see that new habit board post every single Monday. But if you have questions on that, ask. If you have questions on anything, please ask. And everybody that participates on that Sunday check-in post with those 2 uploads, that is going to enter you into win small prizes each week as well, because I want people to keep on going. So that's going to be the biggest thing there. But that is what I have for you guys tonight. So tell me, what questions do you have on anything we talked about tonight or anything else moving forward right now?
I got a question that I asked you earlier.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was wondering, about like electrolyte balances with a lot of like training outdoors right now. It's summer in Iowa and it's probably summer and hot everywhere else where everybody else is. So how do you know that you are keeping your electrolytes balanced?
Okay, so a couple of telltale signs to know that you are not staying hydrated in general is going to be that your urine is like a bright yellow. That's going to be a big sign. Now, if you just took microfactor or a multivitamin, discount that session there, but throughout the day otherwise, if your urine is like bright yellow, that's gonna be a sign that you're probably kind of dehydrated. So that's a big piece there. Also, if you have been drinking water, but you are outside just sweating your tits off, then it's gonna be a big sign that you probably are gonna be sweating a lot of that salt and a lot of that water out of your system. So we definitely need to be replenishing that. So if you're struggling with dehydration, you might find yourself struggling with brain fog, with headaches, with lightheadedness, um, all of those kinds of, you might even start to feel nauseous. All of those things can start to play in effect. So we want to make sure that we're taking care of that and getting ahead of it before it happens. So my best suggestion for you, because we can't just slam a bunch of water, which is what I used to be guilty of too. I didn't know that there was a big difference. But water will just kind of go through you and it'll clean out toxins and such, but it won't actually hydrate the cells. So we want to make sure that we're taking in plenty of plain water, but we want to make sure that we're also taking in plenty of quality electrolytes and sodiums as well. So, by just salting your food and stuff, that does help, or having some saltier type foods, that does help as far as hydrating the cells. We want to make sure that we're taking in different types of sodiums. Now, I'm not an expert in this one. I can certainly dive deeper into it, but there are different types of sodium bicarbonate, sodium. I'm not even going to try right now, but I can dive into that for specific people that have those questions. But what that's going to do is, when it's mixed with the different types of sodiums and potassium, it's actually going to help that cell open up and actually absorb that hydration. And then that way we're going to be able to feel a lot better. And when we have that hydration in our actual cells and we're not just peeing all of the water, then that is going to actually help with that electrolyte balance, help with those headaches, help with the sodium balances and such that we need. So I really recommend, in those times, if it's just like a normal hot day and we're doing a lot of work like we would do on like Saturday with the outdoor workout and then like the team activities and stuff here, would be like hydration sticks, or that's going to be like the biggest thing. If you're doing an endurance event, you might look at Enduroformance, things of that nature, to help kind of push through and balance things out as well. Any other questions from anybody on literally anything? All right, you guys. Well, get your pictures taken if you haven't done so already. Invite people to join us. If you have questions, come up with questions, let us know. Otherwise, keep on watching all the things to watch the weekend unfold. So I love you all, and I will talk to you all later on.